Welcome to a thrilling tale of betrayal and triumph. A sharp financial analyst faces trial, accused of stealing millions from a billionaire's empire. Framed after uncovering his dirty secrets, she fights a stacked case until a mystery USB and an FBI raid flip the script. A dead accountant resurfaces with damning proof, toppling the mogul in a courtroom shocker. Justice strikes, but a chilling note warns it's not over. Hit play for a suspenseful ride where truth battles power. Rain battered Seattle's King County District Court, a gray shroud over the city's gleaming towers. Evelyn Harper, 54, sat at the defendant's table, her navy blazer wrinkled from restless nights, graying hair pulled into a tight bun. A senior financial analyst at Cascade Ventures, she faced trial for allegedly embezzling $2 million from Victor Grayson's billion-dollar tech empire. The gallery hummed reporters scribbling furiously, corporate suits whispering, locals craning their necks to see her falter. Assistant District Attorney Laura Kessler marched in, heels clicking like gunfire on the tile floor. Evelyn Harper executed a calculated theft, she declared, voice sharp, as she slid bank statements onto the projector transfers totaling $2 million funneled to an account in Evelyn's name. Surveillance footage flickered across the screen. A grainy figure, matching her height and frame, slipping into Cascade's sleek offices at 1 a.m., hoodie obscuring their face. Greed was her motive, Kessler said, eyes glinting with certainty. Evelyn's defense attorney, Tom Reyes, a wiry man with a boxer's edge, leaned forward. She's a scapegoat targeted after uncovering Grayson's financial filth. Victor Grayson sat in the front row, 58, silver hair perfectly combed, his tailored suit screaming wealth. His calm smirk never wavered untouchable. A king surveying his court. Evelyn met his gaze, her stomach twisting into knots. 6 months ago, she'd flagged irregularities in Cascade's books' offshore accounts. Phantom vendors draining millions reported them to HR with a paper trail. Days later, she was fired, her office cleared out. Then came the arrest. The cuffs cold on her wrists. Grayson's fingerprints were all over this. She felt it in her bones. Day one of the trial dragged on like a slow bleed. Kessler stacked her case statements, footage, a timeline painting Evelyn as a cunning thief. Reyes jabbed back. No digital signature ties her to those transfers, she's no hacker. Evelyn scribbled notes on a legal pad, whispering to Reyes, check the login timestamps, they don't align with my shifts. He nodded. But Judge Margaret Olson, 70, white-haired and stern, banged her gavel. Recess until tomorrow. Court's done for today. The gallery exhaled, a murmur rippling through. Evelyn's cell that night was a concrete box, the cot hard under her aching back. She traced cracks in the wall with her fingertip, mind racing. Grayson's unshakable poise. Was it arrogance? Or did he have this rigged deeper than she knew? Sleep dodged her, the hum of the jail's fluorescent lights a relentless drone. She'd spent 20 years at Cascade, climbing from junior analyst to senior, her sharp eye catching every decimal out of place. Now, that same eye was her curse. Day two dawned wet and heavy, the courtroom packed tighter, reporters jostling for angles, the air thick with anticipation. Kessler doubled down, playing an audio clip Evelyn's voice, allegedly negotiating a wire transfer with a shady broker. Here's her confession, Kessler said, smirking. Reyes shot up. That's doctored, no. Metadata proves it's authentic. Evelyn leaned close, voice low. Check the server logs. Someone logged me out that night, not me. Reyes pressed it to the judge. We need access to Cascade's system records. Olson's eyes narrowed, gavel hovering. Pending. Move on. The gallery stirred, pens scratched faster. Whispers grew. Grayson's smirk twitched just for a second. Day three broke with a storm rumbling outside, thunder rolling over Seattle's skyline. Kessler piled on more emails supposedly from Evelyn, cryptic and damning. Reyes countered. Forged IP traces don't match her devices. Evelyn scribbled again. The footage angle, it's staged, too high for my shoulder. Reyes pushed, but Olson snapped. Speculation, counselor. Stick to facts. Mid-testimony, a clerk slipped into the courtroom, handing Reyes a padded envelope marked urgent. He frowned, muttering, "Anonymous drop." Inside was a USB drive, plain and black. "Your Honor," Reyes said, voice tight, "we request a recess to review this." Olson's brow furrowed, but she nodded. 10 minutes. The gallery buzzed as Reyes ducked into the hall, Evelyn trailing, heart pounding. He plugged the USB into his laptop, files unfolded. Spreadsheets, audio, a grainy video. Evelyn's breath caught Grayson's voice, clear as day. "Move it offshore. Harper's the fall guy. Make it stick, eh?" The recess stretched. Olson returned, face grim. "Present it," she ordered. Reyes played the video on the courtroom screen, Grayson's words echoing off the walls. The mogul's smirk vanished, his face paling. The gallery gasped, a ripple of shock. Kessler leapt up. "Unverified source objection." But the doors swung open. An FBI agent, mid-40s, strode in, badge gleaming under the lights. "Agent Mark Torres," he announced. "We've been investigating Cascade Ventures for months. Money laundering, tax evasion. That USB is part of our probe." Grayson shot to his feet, voice smooth despite the tremor. "This is a farce. I'm untouchable, you hear me?" The gallery held its breath. Then another figure stepped in, a woman, middle-aged, white, hair streaked with gray. Her presence, a ghost come alive. Diane Voss, Cascade's former chief accountant, presumed dead in a fiery car crash 2 years back. The room froze. "I'm not dead," she said, voice steady, cutting through the silence. "I faked it after Grayson threatened my life. I've got the real book's $20 million he's siphoned offshore, pinned on her." She laid a stack of ledgers on the table, pages of transactions, dates, accounts, a paper trail of greed. "He framed Evelyn to bury me," Diane said, eyes locking with Grayson's. Chaos erupted, shouts from the gallery, cameras flashing like lightning. Grayson lunged forward. "She's lying, fabricated." But Torres stepped in, cuffs snapping shut on his wrists. "Victor Grayson, you're under arrest, federal charges," Torres said, voice flat. Kessler stammered. "We'll reassess the case." Olson's gavel crashed down, resolute. "Charges against Harper dismissed. Grayson, detained." Grayson thrashed as agents hauled him out, snarling, "This isn't over. You'll all pay." Evelyn stood, legs shaky, a weight lifting. Reyes grinned, clapping her shoulder. Diane crossed to her, nodding, a silent bond forged in survival. The gallery cheered, a raw, ragged sound. Justice breaking through. Outside, the rain softened. Reporters swarming the steps. "Ms. Harper, what now?" one shouted. She paused, a faint, triumphant smile curling her lips. "The truth always comes out," she said, voice carrying over the crowd. Days later, Evelyn walked free, Seattle's skyline sharp against a clearing sky. Grayson faced a federal indictment, laundering, fraud, conspiracy, his empire teetering. Diane testified, her ledgers the noose tightening around him. The town buzzed, Cascade stock plummeted, headlines screamed. Evelyn packed her apartment. A new job waiting in Portland. A fresh start at 54. But as she locked the door, a note slid underneath, plain paper typed, "Well played, Harper. Watch your back." She gripped it, pulse quickening, eyes scanning the empty hall. The USB, who'd sent it? Grayson was caged, but his reach lingered partners. Shadows. A web she'd only grazed. She tucked the note in her pocket, stepping into the drizzle. A new life stretched ahead, but the ledger wasn't closed. Not yet. Thank you all for watching this video. Please comment and let me know what you think about this story. Please like and subscribe to watch more great content on my channel.